Alrighty. Yo, Magmastorm, what's good? Welcome, welcome. I'm just getting some things together. Just getting some things together. I wish that I could make this stand. What is happening? My wires are so tangled. So today is Way Back Wednesday. If you guys are familiar with my stream, I have different themes of the night. Per night, I should say. Today is Way Back Wednesday. It is my retro stream. We are currently making a playthrough of Resident Evil 0. It's my first playthrough, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I have to Google some stuff sometimes. But I promise you, I'm entertaining nonetheless. So if you're new on TikTok, welcome. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Come by on Twitch if you want to have a little bit better of a viewing experience, because you're only going to get part of the stream on TikTok. It's just unfortunately how the platform kind of works. So come swing by on the Purple app. You get free emotes just for following. Super fun time over here, and I try to keep it as real as possible, but you'll still get the same flavor, if you know what I mean, over on TikTok. This is so cool. Okay, so I downloaded this thing called Adium on OBS, and it is a like almost like a dual streaming add-on, and it lets you stream straight to TikTok from OBS while I'm streaming on Twitch, and it doesn't seem to put that much more strain on my CPU, so that's even more exciting. But enough of that. We're gonna switch right into it. Let me pause the music before I forget about it. All right. Let me make sure that my yes. I have to play again first. My son is watching. Okay. Now we're good. All right. So we're going to be playing through Resident Evil 0. Once we beat that, the Switch just added a bunch more new games on there, so I think I might play some stuff on the Switch afterwards. But we'll have to see. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where to go, where to start. Ooh. Excuse me. That's what you get for not drinking coffee. I took a 2-hour nap during the day after getting some editing done and posting some videos. If you haven't checked them out yet on TikTok, I have several videos that I posted on TikTok today. One of them already triggered somebody, so means I'm doing my job. And then I was just so pooped that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to bed. The end. That's the story.
You stay here.
Okay.
What? Why am I?
This way.
Okay.
Now I gotta remember all these damn janky buttons. All right, let's see. What was I? So I was fighting that big monster thingy. Something down there. The basement? Yeah. What did I get? I got a key. That's what I got. I got a key. Facility key. Where's the facilities? Is there like a specific area I'm supposed to use that in? No idea. Let's I'm pretty sure I don't have any other I don't have my what you call it equipped. My one bullet in my shotgun. If I remember correctly, it's just up here to the right was the room that I was in. And then I just gotta find the facility door. So, like I was saying, if you're new here, welcome. I stream pretty much everything under the sun. I don't really have I don't really have any set games that I stream consistently. I think like the most consistent game that I play is going to be a toss-up between Dead by Daylight, Overwatch 2, and Hunt Showdown. But I am like the true definition of a variety streamer. I stream a little bit of everything. Currently, you have reached us on Way Back Wednesday, which is my retro night stream where I stream nothing but for lack of a better term, old games. RE0 came out, I believe, in 2002. Don't quote me on that. So I've been playing through the remake of it because I didn't have the original. So been playing through the remake of RE2. Having a blast, honestly. I just gotta find the door I need to go through. Is this a door? Why does it look like a door? Huh. Why does this look like where I'm supposed to go? I hear stuff happening. There's crows out here. And the ladder's gone. Okay, so I guess it's not here. To go back downstairs. This was where the what you call it was, the Zambi that put me into the fucking dying state. I'm super happy though that I found I follow this one girl here on TikTok, and her name escapes me, but she has like super good tips for new streamers, and she directed me to this thing called Adium, which is an OBS extension that you can download, and it allows you to co-stream essentially on TikTok. And it's all on one page, so like it looks super neat on my OBS, which is like something that I really struggled with was
I'll go.
Yeah. That's not what I wanted to do.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, is it Y, right? Y is the quick change. Give me this. Alright. Water motif. Thank you for the observation. Anything in here? But I do stream other games as well. I have Fear Friday coming up this Wednesday. This Wednesday, what am I saying? This Friday. And I'll be playing through Phobia St. Dymphana's Hotel. It's a game my friend Yogi gifted to me, and I've been having like loads of fun playing it. And I typically play nothing but horror games on Friday, so I'll probably play something else if I end up beating St. Dymphana's Hotel. But I probably won't beat it because, as you can see, sometimes I get rather confused in video games with what I'm supposed to be doing. Is there a facility door? Okay, that's a night door. That's where I came in. Oh, this is where I came in. What's over here again? I spend most of my time just like trying to remember what I was doing. There we go. Wait. Have I been here before? Why is it so quiet? Fuck.
You stay here.
Yeah.
No.
This way.
Okay.
I constantly just press the wrong button in this game. A fire symbol. Why would they call it the faculty key? I just have to go to a fire door. I wish that I had, are there any fire doors here? No. Alright, I gotta find a fire door. Oh. Mazel tov. I've been playing a lot of Sons of the Forest recently, and it's been, like, making me tired because I haven't been sleeping well. Makes me nervous when there's, like, I'm like, oh. Yes. I mean, I could honestly use some... Why can't I?
I'll go check over there.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. But I also stream... I stream every other night, so you won't see me here every single night. I used to stream every single night, and it was making me exhausted. So I ended up streaming every other night, which gave me that break that I needed so I could just chill with friends, my husband, my kids on my off nights, and then have time to myself as well, because, you know, my kids are obviously, that's what I do, is I take care of my kids during the day. Well, not during the day because they are at therapy during the day, but when they come home, you know, we eat dinner and basically go to bed after, well, they go to bed after that. So having an off day has been very helpful. William and Albert Wesker? Practically either opposite. They really are opposites. Practical Al, sorry. And they're always competitive in everything they do. There's something ruthless and cruel about them both. A sudden call from the director was to tell me to encourage a rivalry between these two. It's the first time since this training facility was built that Director Marcus has ever shown interest in anything other than his research. Well, whatever. Orders are orders. I'm going to have them tearing at each other's throats. That seems kind of weird. But some of the other themed nights that I have here on my channel is also Typical Tuesdays, where I play those 3 games that I mentioned earlier: Overwatch, Dead by Daylight, or Hunt Showdown. For the first few Tuesdays of the month, but the last Tuesday of every month is a karaoke night that I host on my channel, where you can request songs, sing along, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. It's all about music that night. Those streams are typically shorter because my voice like needs a break, so they're not as long as like my my normal streams, because my normal streams run for about 3 hours. But then I also play on Thursdays. It's called Campfire Chronicles. That's my podcast, which is available on Spotify. And I play story-based games for the Stories After Dark portion. Currently, we're playing through the Walking Dead Telltale series, and Saturdays is free 99 day, where I find either free games or I test out games from developers for you guys to watch. And then maybe you can find your next game that you want to play. I've played through some pretty strange games, but one of my favorite ones was Bro Falls, which is still kind of a staple. I still play it every once in a while. Which is a knockoff of Fall Guys, but you're like little pieces of food. It's so much fun. But yeah, so I have a couple different themes. Like, I don't really pick one particular game because I want everybody to have something to watch. I'm not afraid to do that. I know a lot of people tend to find, like, say, find one game and stick with it and build a community within that community of the game. But I can't pay attention to one thing for more than 5 seconds. I have a short attention span, unfortunately, which is why I
I'll
forget
go.
Yeah.
what the buttons are in this
Follow
game,
me.
because
Yeah.
they're so different than any other game I've ever played. Ooh. He has one. He also has a grenade launcher. Is this the door? No, that's a window. Oh. I know what I'm supposed to do.
You stay here.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could push it as her, but you know what? I'm just gonna switch to him. Oh. Can I pull it? Oh no, I can just push it like this, duh. Oh, I pressed the A button. The controls are so dumb in this game. I did put a poll up on TikTok, so if you're interested, Rebecca girl, I need to move. This
You stay here.
Okay.
this
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll go.
I keep pressing
Yeah.
the wrong button, so if you hear my character repeat something like 3 times, it's because I forget the buttons in this game. I'm taller, so. Oh, wait. I can't. I have no room. I forgot. I have room. Do I? Wait, no, I
Let's
don't.
go.
Okay.
I don't have room. Hold on.
I'll check it out.
Roger.
Come on.
Okay.
I have such a hard time forgetting. I forget. Alright, I'm gonna leave this here. Iron needle.
I'll check it out.
Roger.
This way.
Roger.
Alright, there's nothing else there. If you're not following me on Twitch, I definitely recommend it because it's a little bit better of a viewing experience. It's going to be kind of narrow screened for you guys on TikTok. I stream every other night, like I was saying, at 7 p.m. Central, roughly around 7 p.m. Central, because I can never really start on time because I just have a problem. Wait, what was I doing? There's a needle. Let me see what it does. Why am I caution? Oh, it's for the clock. What's that clock? I think it was in like one of the earlier rooms. I have no save ribbons, so I really need to find more of those. Dumbest save system ever. Now I gotta remember where this clock is. I want to say it's like it's in this room with a statue. Or where that room is. Could be, actually, it might be this way. I'm gonna open this door and there's gonna be a damn zombie right there. Oh no, this is the room with the birds. Alright. So maybe it's downstairs. Ooh, I wish I remember where things were. I'm so bad at remembering shit. Especially in this game, because, you know, I don't play... I play this game every other week. So, like, you know, it goes 2 weeks of me not playing it, and then I forget what I'm good. I don't want to fight that. No, thank you. Nope, I don't want to fight that. I have 0 health and no saves. No, thank you. Fuck that. Oh, what? Oh, wait, this is that sample thing. God, I hope it's over here. I don't remember the mansion being like I remember the mansion from the first one. It's been like almost a year since. Gotta wait for this guy to show up in the frame. Hello? These camera angles, man. I can't wait for the remake of RE4 to come out. If you guys are new here on TikTok, welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic evening. It is Way Back Wednesday here over on the Twitchers. We play nothing but retro games. So we're playing currently through Resident Evil 0, which ironically enough came out almost like 15 years ago. So that makes me feel old. I did put a poll to say what like generation you're from, just to see like the age groups and everything, because it's kind of cool for me. Oh, what's this? Lighter fluid. Well, I don't need that, but he would. You would need it, but you don't have room. Do I have room? I think I have room. I stream pretty much everything under the sun, so if you're looking for a variety streamer that tries everything at least once, I'm definitely this place to be. I pretty much stream, like I said, anything. I will try anything once. The only thing I don't really like is Among Us. I don't like that game, and I don't play Fortnite. I'm sorry. No offense to anybody who does. It's just not my type of game. That's for a Molotov. And there's like nothing in here except for that bottle. And And I don't think I have room for it. Let's see. Oh, I do. All right, so got that door open. No heals still. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Wait. I didn't mean to do that. I want to go through that other door. I do stream every other night over on Twitch. I try to co-stream on TikTok as much as I can. Permitting the community. He looks like he has something on him, but what do I know? Permitting the TikTok does not ban me because I get banned a lot for community guidelines that I don't break, but you know how it is. If you're a frequent flyer on the community guidelines violation committee. Thing here. I don't know why it's playing this scary music. I don't like it. Where does this go? Where is that? I'm like trying to remember where this grandfather clock was that was missing a handle. I don't know how to turn the pipe off on that. Right, let's leave here. So if you're new, come on over to the Twitch app. It's gonna be a little bit better of a viewing experience for you guys because I know, it kind of limits what you can see on TikTok. But if you feel more comfortable having your phone vertical, I finally found an OBS extension that allows you to just allows you to stream, co-stream, and not have two OBSs open. It's actually pretty fucking lit. If you have questions about that, I can direct you to a video that has a little bit more info on it because I don't know everything that it fully does. But dude, this is a game changer. I think I'm gonna have to go through this door. Fuck me, bro. And I have nothing. What's down here? I think I'm gonna have to try and fight this guy with my 1 HP. Son of a bitch. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Nope, I'm gonna die. 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 Why was he just waiting by the door? This is rude. Thank you so much for the likes on TikTok, Kiwi. I appreciate you. I hate it here. I have no save files, so I just gotta, I'm just winging it, you know what I mean? Oh, it's kind of ass cheeks. Oh, well. Oh, well. How you doing today, Kiwi? How's your Wednesday treating you? Going upstairs. think it's here. I think the most frustrating part about this entire game is forgetting what you were supposed to be doing. I forget what I'm supposed to be doing in this game, like, so much. I'm gonna be stuck here a lot. Push. Okay.
I'll go check over there.
Okay.
This way.
Okay.
I keep pressing the wrong button. That's why I keep saying, this way! Over here! Because I keep, like, the buttons are so weird in this game. I feel like okay, let me... Inventory. Oh, dude, I don't have my shit gun. It's fine. What to do? And I want her. Exchange for that. I'm so hurted. Okay. I swear the heals in this game are so hard to come by. There's different challenges for each of the games that I play, and this is definitely the biggest challenge for me right now, is that there's like minimal heals. I struggle with that. I like lots of heals. I die a lot because of it. All right. Go to the second door. Wait. Right. This is the library. I don't need to be in the library. So I tried this filter out on TikTok today that everybody's like, this makes you look so good. It just makes every woman look so good. It looked like I was attempting drag queen makeup, and it looked like the filter made me look like I was bad at drag queen makeup, which I probably am, to be fair, because I've never tried to do my makeup like that at all. But I was highly disappointed with the outcome. Highly disappointed. And all you could do is sigh, because you're like, wow, that's great. Thanks for telling me that I look horrible with makeup on. That's what I feel like the freaking filter did for me. Yo, Cloud Dude, 21 months. It's almost been 2 years since I've hit affiliate. That's crazy. 3 more months. June 1st. No. Yes. I don't know. It was right after my birthday, so like right around there, I hit affiliate. And you have been subscribing to my poor gameplay for 21 months. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. I appreciate you greatly. And we're also currently technically not raising money. I'm trying to save money for a new microphone. This one here is the Blue Yeti. People talk shit about this mic all the time. I like it. It worked for me. But I am looking for something that's a little bit more versatile as far as like what I can use it for. So I am looking to invest in a new microphone, which hopefully I'll be able to get before my 1 year or my 2 year anniversary of being subbed. No, having subscribers. I can't. This man is a killer shot. Man, this guy's slow as shit. Hurry up. I'm waiting on your ass. R.I.P. homie. I thought that the clock was in here, but maybe I was mistaken. I don't know. I'm probably mistaken. Can you take this? I don't know what I have in my inventory. Hell yeah. Yellow. Nothing in there. My eye's been like, it feels like something's in it. That clock. I just gotta find the clock and then I'll be able to actually do things. I don't know where it is. I don't know where this goes. Never mind, I know where it goes. About to start Googling. Hmm. I thought maybe they were supposed to be switched or something. Because his wing is missing, I think. Maybe there's something missing on that statue. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. We're gonna Google this because I'm lazy. There's no other reason. There's literally no other reason. Ow, I just... My Stream Deck has not been working, and it's been kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, look, it just says waiting for OBS. I don't know if that's like an overall problem, but it's kind of annoying. I'm just gonna Google this real quick and see if I can figure out where I'm supposed to go. I mean, everybody and their mother has been playing Resident Evil 0, except for me. I just learned about the Resident Evil game. I have my headphones plugged in because I totally forgot to, plug them in when I left to go drop my kids off at school. Which is what I always do. And now that I have headphones that I actually have to charge, I need to remember to do that and turn them off while I charge them. Training facility. Laboratory. Okay. Okay, with the fire key in hand, I removed the 2 zombies in the back, but this time they could be ignored. Run to the back of the main room where the fire motif door is and lock it. Down to the kitchen. The kitchen is a couple inches. Lighter fluid and glass bottles. Combine the lighter fluid with Billy's personal lighter to make it usable, and combine the glass bottles with any gas cans you may have found to make some yummy Molotov cocktails. I don't have any gas cans though. Return to the main hall and go back upstairs into the classroom. Yo, Patrick, what's good? Welcome, welcome. So, Patrick, whenever you do get, like, TikTok access for streaming, like, through OBS, let me know, because there's a OBS add-on that I found through another TikToker that is fantastic. It is, like, I mean, and it puts very little strain on your PC, which is really nice, because that was my biggest problem. But I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday, and welcome in. Inside the study is a small table you can push around. Did that. Flip the light switch on. Yep, did that. Iron needle, shells, ammo. Return to the hallway and go through the double doors to re-enter the library. Use Billy's lighter on the candle in the northwest corner to unlock the door next to it. See, like, how would I know that? How would I know that that was what I was supposed to do? Like, that's so rude. Am I just supposed to guess? The fuck? Anyway. Nobody tells me these things. Library's through here. But guys, if you are just joining us tonight over on TikTok, I am live on Twitch right now. A little bit better viewing experience for the Twitch side of things. So if you're interested to have a full screen view of the game, then the best way to do that is via Twitch. But I get it. If you like the vertical layout, now you can enjoy my beautiful face at any time because of this new add-on that I found through another TikToker. So thank the random TikToker, which I don't remember their name. Was this library? Excuse me. Whew. I stream every other night at 7 p.m. Central to Standard Time, roughly 7 p.m. because I suck at being on time to my own shit. But I stream everything from Paper Mario all the way to Dead by Daylight Hunt Showdown. Like, there's nothing I won't try once. Except for Fortnite. I didn't like that. Fortnite's not my jam, you know what I mean? Do I have to do it like this? I do. There's apparently zombies in this room. Okay. Shit. It helps to have a fugitive as a friend. Oh. Yes, but I want him to have that. Is that it? There's nothing else here? I'm annoyed. Humanoid. It's quiet again. Wait, can I not? In hell, man. Then I should be able to exchange it for something of his. Take something off his plate. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Exchange for, I guess that. Perfect. All right. So now do I have to go back down to... Hop up onto the tall step up and move the bookcase to examine the book. Wait, what? Something else in here? Hold on. Hey, thank you so much for the likes on TikTok. Any likes that you guys give me on TikTok will directly help out the algorithm and just help more people see my stream. So any and all likes are always appreciated, and it's free 99, which is the best price. All right. Oh. 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 Examine the book, open it, and receive the angel. Move the bookcase. The bookcase. Oh, wait, I see. Yes. Take the book of good. Boop. Ah, so it was for the white statue. Nice. All right. Perfect. Let me get my Twitch chat back up. There we go. I'm trying my hardest not to have to go against that squiggly guy. Okay. So now I need to go back to the main hall. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. It's rude to yawn. It's been a long day. Been a long day. Without you, my friend. I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. Why is that? Why was that what I said? And then I gotta go back to the main hall and put the wings on the statue. Imagine it was like, you need super glue. I would laugh. Dude, every morning I've been waking up with like eye boogers and it's fucking irritating. Don't worry, guys. I got it. I'm figuring it out. Now it should even out. Oh, wait, fuck. I have to... Oh, my God. I hate it here. Alright. Well, we figured out some of it, Rebecca. Now I gotta find that, which I'm assuming is in the area
I'll check it out.
Okay.
that I don't want to go. But I gotta do what I gotta do. So I'm taking my Nady launcher and I'm fucking him up. I don't think I can run past him. I'll have to try. I don't understand how 6 nades is not enough to kill this man. Bro, there ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way that this dude is just surviving. It doesn't look like there's anything in that hallway in particular that I'm supposed to do. I just took all those hits for nothing, but, you know, it is what it is. I just didn't want Rebecca to get killed by him going down there. You really can't run from that motherfucker. He's fast as hell. Let me see. Let me pause it real quick. Gonna figure this out together, folks. I don't know what's up with my stream deck and why things are not loading with OBS. Like, that's the whole point of having a stream deck, is it's supposed to be easier to change scenes, and I can't even do that. It's annoying, dude. Once you return from the to the main hall, you're not good with the... Oh, wait, okay. Fire motif stores. Okay. Hallway, hop up on the table and move the bookcase to reveal, examine the book, open it, and take the angel wings, return to the main hall, but not before you grab the microfilm A sitting on the table outside the door you just unlocked. Now that you've got the possession of the Iron Needle, it's time to take care of the very silly clock puzzle. Return to the wet room with Billy, where you fought the centipede, and keep heading back to where Rebecca was lifted with the clock. And keep heading back to where Rebecca was lifted a while back. Use the Iron Needle to complete the clock, and then adjust the clock hands until it reads 8:15. They make it seem so easy. But maybe I'm just dumb. Yeah, that's what it is, you know? Could be. My eyes. Honey. My eyes are so dry. Do I have the needle? I don't have the needle, if you were wondering. It's so hard to pick up. What? I don't want to pick that up. Oh my god, I gotta go leave it over here because, God forbid, the game doesn't pick up the right thing. And then it says you have the microfilm A on you, so I'm gonna go grab that from downstairs. I just be leaving my shit all over this freaking mansion. I'm not upset with that. I've got 2 games that I need to test out, so I might do a surprise stream on Saturday or Sunday for you guys, depending on what I have going on. It would be at night. I do all my streams at 7 p.m. Central because I cannot stream during the day with my kids. They won't let me do fun things. I love them, but they will not, like, they need my attention, so I can't be distracted with streaming. Then they get into trouble, and, like, nobody likes getting into trouble, so it's just, like, you know. My legs run so straight. I don't understand where I'm supposed to go. I think this goes out to the patio. That's not where I need to go. Yeah, no, that's not where I need to go. Dear Lord, can you be any less clear, Resident Evil? I feel like I'm constantly just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. Use the iron... Okay. Where you fought the centipede and keep heading back to where Rebecca was lifted a while back. What? Where is that? What are they talking about? Use the iron needle to complete the clock and then adjust the clock hands until the time reads 8:15. If you're good... You're not good with Roman numerals or analog clock. Set the minute hand to the 3 and the hour hand to the 8. I'm gonna watch this video just so I could see what the hell they're talking about. Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this, guys. Dude, this person has 139 ammo. They're hacking. Where is... Oh. Wait, is this in the room? Oh, shit. All right. I know where I'm supposed to go. Don't worry, guys. I figured it out. I didn't figure it out myself. I had to use a walkthrough because this game confuses me. I'm gonna have to be the one that goes. Do I have ammo in this thing? No, of course not. Why would I have ammo? That's crazy. It's a crazy thing to have right now. I'm just gonna have to run because there's fucking birds everywhere. And I'm gonna get fucked because I can't fucking... I hate the camera angles in this game. This is probably my biggest complaint of the older RE games is that I can't see where I'm going. So, like, I get killed for dumb reasons. Oh, wait, fuck. I figured it would have prompted me to put the piece in, but no. Liddy! What was that noise? It's a platform. Hopefully I don't die out here. Thank God. I thought I was gonna die. I have no save ribbons left, so I need to go find those. But unfortunately for me, like I have a problem with over saving because I used to play Pokemon on my Game Boy and then my Game Boy would die and I wouldn't have been able to save it, you know? And I used to always cut it so close. I don't know why I was like that. Fuck is there? I need shit gun girl.
This way.
Okay.
Oh! Oh, 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 God! Oh, no! I have nothing. That was terrifying. I'll give her the shotgun ammo. We're both hurting for a squirting. Okay. The moon bows to the earth. Yo, DZ, what's good, baby mama? How you doing? How you been? My eye is like so dry. Let me put some eye drops in. Hello? Hello? So this chair, right? Okay, I bought this chair like, I don't know, like a month ago. And I'm already having problems with the lights. And it's because the wiring for the lights are in the dumbest places ever, right? And my ass is fat. That's really, like, I have to, like, the wires are under my butt. Why would they put the wires under your butt? Do they know what my ass can do? Jesus. Anyway, so my chair lights are, like, temperamental. And I gotta, like, take all the wiring out from under my butt cheeks and move it to like my back or something. Forgive me. I'm 32 years old, but I have the eyes of an 87-year-old. Whenever my allergies kick in. But how you doing tonight, DZ? I hope you're having a fantastic evening. The moon bows to the earth. The earth swears loyalty to the sun, and the great law of the sun governs all things. This itself is the keystone. Pointer to glory. All our hands cannot open the door to heaven. Deep. It's okay. That's good to hear. How's your classes going? My mother-in-law just had a fucking tantrum because my 3-year-old was kicking her dog. Fine this part. Well, that's good to hear. Maybe not the kicking the dog part. That kind of sucks. My dog gets tortured by my kids, so he's used to it. I mean, she wasn't malicious, you know, she's 3. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, people gotta understand that kids are gonna do dumb things sometimes that maybe aren't the wisest of choices, but you live, you learn. You know? Not the end of the world. It was the end of the world. Why is nothing on sale? Just kidding. I don't know what I'm saying. That's what happens when you don't get sleep and you play Sons of the Forest for 8 years. Meanwhile, her dog shits and pisses all in my fucking house. That sounds awful. Don't sign me up for that. No, thank you. There's another clock door, and I don't remember where it is. My dog pisses and shits in my house, too, and I want to fucking strangle him. He's 10 years old, and he still does this shit, so. One day, one of them hiked his leg up and pissed on my fucking comforter hanging off my bed. Hell no! I would not be tolerating that shit. Literally. Quite literally. Hail to the now. I ain't about that life. My dog is, I think he's just senile, honestly. He's been doing pretty good these last few days, though. I'm like not digging this. I wouldn't be digging it. Shit. That's ass cheeks and a half. No, thank you. See, I'm supposed to watch my sister's dogs when, can you move out of the way, goddammit? When she goes to the hospital to have her kid, her third kid. And my puppy is not fixed because she's a purebred. I'm not planning on breeding her, but I don't have the money to neuter her right now or spay her. So, but she has a puppy that is not neutered. And I told my brother-in-law, you better get your dog neutered before you bring him over here because I don't want an unneutered dog around my dog. Like, I don't have the money to neuter her right now or spay her. So you got to do your due diligence to get him or neutered before you have this kid. And apparently this dog is like a little gremlin and like barks and growls at everything. And I'm just like, man, I don't know. I'm trying to be helpful for my sister. I fucking hate small dogs too. He's like a medium dog. My sister's old dog she's a sweetheart. She doesn't get into trouble. She doesn't, like, the last time she was here, I think she was just anxious, so she was doing dumb things. But she doesn't get into trouble. She doesn't bite anybody. She is temperamental when it comes to the dogs. Like, she doesn't want to be bothered, so, because she's old. And my old dog is old. So, like, they both usually just lay, like, grumps on the couch and with sad faces all the time. But, you know, my brother-in-law got this dog. And he just, I don't know. The last time he was over here, he was a puppy. And he was like harassed. Oh, I do have this. Wait, who has he does. Okay. No, wait, he doesn't have it because I dropped them, didn't I? Fuck me, bro. Can we save without the ribbon, please? Damn. It was worth a try, you know? But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen when my sister comes here. I'm very nervous about all of that. Can't remember where the other clock room is. I like big dogs, no medium or small. Yeah, he's a medium dog. But my sister's other pit bull is a medium dog, and she's a sweetheart. So it's like hit or miss. I think it's in here. Where the fuck is this door? I feel like the 99% of my streams when I play Resident Evil is me just wandering around aimlessly. Hello? It really, really is. Like, I forget where things are. I get very turned around in this house. Dude, the fucking other door is in... I remember where the other door is. And it's in an area that there's a fucking thing. A thingy thing. Oh, this is gonna suck. I'm probably gonna die here. Am I dead on either character right now? Yes. Bro. Alright. I don't know what I'm gonna do here because I know where the other door is. It's in the fucking part with the squiggly man. And I don't have any heals. So I'm just gonna have to hope I can run by him. I feel like I should leave Billy here. He, like, doesn't have any ammo. He has no ammo. I feel like I should leave him here. What a mess.
I'll go alone.
Roger.
All I have is a shit gun and a dream. Bro, my kids have been knocking the fuck out. All right, here we go, guys. I was scared there for a second. It's okay though, because he doesn't have a head, so. Nice. Heals? Save ribbons? Something? Oh my god, you're really not gonna give me anything, bro? This is awful. Things are not going according to plan. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. I don't know what that does. Okay. Nice. Now what? What does that mean, dude? There's no fucking heals or anything in here. I had to dodge this motherfucker again. I can't fucking... This bitch! Oh my god! I'm about to quit this game. Oh. I hate the camera angles. They fuck me over every time. I have no... There's literally no save point. I have no fucking ribbons left.
0.
I hate it here. I did so much too. I don't know why Resident Evil thought that this was like a great idea. They're like, you know what would be super fun is if we don't do autosave. We should just not do autosave. That's what they said. Like somebody literally came together, right? And said, we should just not do autosave, guys. It'll be so much better if we just don't do autosave.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick though, because and also like wash my face or something. My eyes are burning. So don't go nowhere, friends. I will be right back. I'll leave you with some tunes. For those of you on Twitch who are not subbed, you may see some ads right now. It's only to help with discoverability and also so that you don't get as many like pre-rolls because they're annoying as fuck. So I will be right back. Enjoy the music, and if you're subbed, enjoy the clips and the music. And hopefully they give you ads that don't piss you off. Not going to end well. This man is up my asshole. I'm not even doing anything, dog. Just fuck off. This bitch can open lockers? I was talking. This fucking twat. Aw, I'm so sad. Ah, fucking hell. Oh my god, Blythe, you fucking asshole. Fucking Jesus. Game CGI characters should have a faster walking speed. That's what I'm saying, Rock J. Like, that's probably my biggest complaint about this game is that there's no, like, not sprint per se, but just like speed walking. Wave my head. I'm not even kidding. The gang is like, what up, Morgan? How you doing? Bro. I'm like, oh, one of the androids drop it, and then the android literally tries to fist me. What the fuck? Oh, God, I hate this game. Yeah, I'm gonna teabag your ass, bitch. We get fuck around and find out. It's making weird ASMR slushy noises. Oh my god. Ah! Oh! What the fuck? What the fuck is that? This bitch. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you actually fucking kidding me? You gonna not tell me about shit? Are those fucking eggs? Okay. So we can play one, or two, or three, or 12. I don't know. Rude. You come in here, and you think you just fart in my presence. Anyway, it's for the memes. How's that? Hello? What is that? Is that rain? I didn't have my volume up very high because I was scared. I don't know why that scared me. Why did I make that noise? It is called the Penetrator.
Mother, what can you tell us about your recon?
The Penetrator. Penetration. So fucking loud. You beat some random location like this. Yo, you aren't a parent unless you've hit your head or your child's head on the top of the car, putting them in the car seat. Don't even fucking pretend that you don't do it because I do it. Feel bad. I've done it a lot. Go lay down. Do not slam your door. Do you pay bills in this house? Sorry. Did you just flip off the camera? I might have. But I always, like, I feel, I don't want to put pressure on you guys to clip things. Like, anytime I play, like, a straight horror game, people be clipping shit left and right. But then, like, I play a game like this that people aren't expecting me to freak out about. And it'll take over your mind. Yellow. Alright, I'm gonna need you to calm down. I think one of the androids. What the fuck? Because this is like on top of your back. Can't be good for your spinal column. You fucking cocksucker. Yo, am I, like, what is that noise? And then I just get fucking clobbered by a leech looking worm thing.
I hear it. Oh yeah, they're still over here.
Oh yeah, you hear that?
Yep.
Oh my god! One stream.
Okay.
I can help.
I'm back.
Who, like, are broke.
Give me like 2 seconds. I have no drinks, so I'm gonna
Yeah. Broke.
order some from Instacart real quick. I neglected to get myself drinks when I shopped for groceries, so I'm kind of drinkless. And I don't really like drinking the water and out of the faucet too much anymore because it tastes like bleach.
Fuck my life.
I don't have a filter. I mean, I have a filter, but I don't have it like
a Brita.
Door's open.
I'm gonna get you, yes I
I thought we were
I'm
just
gonna
doing
get
the whole
you,
box
yes,
thing and getting the fuck out. So I just went in by myself.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
get
touch
you,
it.
yes
Oh my fucking god! I don't
you
even
survive?
know.
Going
baby.
straight back. Stalk you. Watch out.
Are you good at kill shack? Oh shit, he's on me.
Yeah. I'll be
I'm
alright.
gonna get you, yes I am.
Somebody break him out
Run
of
over
this,
the-
please.
I have,
bing, 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 bing.
Oh, fuck
Head on
me.
if you can make it kill shot. Oh shit.
What? What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? He wasn't even
There.
with me. Yo, I'm so...
I had to rest here for the night. Storm's too bad. I saw a boat nearby. I'll use it in the morning. All right. Oh, oh, you're gonna be mine. You're gonna be mine. No, you're gonna be mine. I don't know what she says there, but. All right. Now I should be good. Alright. I still hate the fact that I'm not able to... Baby. I'm gonna get you, baby. Yeah, the classroom. Give me the podium up front. The computer system installed will ask for a disk. Call you found the MO disk. Okay. I can't die to the fucking camera angles anymore. I hate it here. OBS, there it is. Okay, I couldn't find my OBS. We Gucci now. All right, let's see if I can not die. Oh, you gotta be mine.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I forgot that I had this. I was like, damn, this music's lit. Whoops. Whoops. I forgot to turn the music off. I just have so much fun listening to music. Wait, I don't have the lighter fluid. What am I doing? God, I'm all turned around now. I gotta make sure I find save ribbons. Like, that is priority number uno next to finding heals. Need heals. Can I get you, baby? Basically speed running this point at this point. Perfect. Why does it always automatically choose the damn... What? Okay. Whoop. What up, homie? Okay, let's go. Alright, here's to not dying. I gotta go down to that room. Kill them zombies. This isn't the room. I'm gonna get you, yes, I'm gonna get you, baby. I just realized I have this fucking mouse thing in the way. Oops. This isn't where I parked my car. Other one's down here, I'm pretty sure. All I want for Christmas is a save ribbon, please. And they won't give it to me. Give it to me. Give me that funk, that nasty, that gushy stuff. Right? Is that it that's in here, or is there other stuff? That was all that she wrote. Okay. Remember, what order I did things in? I gotta go to the library and light the candle. I'm gonna stop by the that one room. I'm gonna go to the labber first. I gotta go here first to pick up the Molotovs. Oh shit. Okay. Go to the library. I'm starting to remember the buttons. Every time I play this, I always remember the buttons, and then I do fine. But then I take a you know, my time off, and I come back not knowing how to do anything. It's the struggle, you know what I mean, dude? Great. Excuse me. Oh, wait. Man, I hate it here. I hate how limited space you have in the older games. Like, that's probably the most infuriating thing out of every Resident Evil I've ever played is the limited space that you get. But especially in this game. This game is significantly worse. What, you can't push this? Girl.
You stay here.
Yeah.
This girl couldn't push the damn bookcase. You kidding me? Perfect, dude.
Let's regroup.
Okay.
Rebecca. Rebecca. I'm on caution help. My dude Connor or whatever his name is. I don't remember his name. Maximus. I don't know. I forget his name all the time. Rebecca, you're in my way.
I'll go alone.
Roger.
All right. I think this is the part where I go and do the, I gotta do the clock first. Which is this way. Gotta deal with the shit camera angles that way. Hope I don't get attacked by the birds, you know. The whole nine. I'm so exhausted today. I might not even make it the full 3 hours tonight. I've been really, really, really tired all day. I didn't start my day off with coffee, and that really fucked me up because let me just tell you, once you are a coffee drinker, you can't survive without it. It's like part of my morning routine, and I didn't make any. Nice, this is already going better. But my order from Instacart is almost here, so I'm gonna go pick that up and get everything situated. I can't believe I forgot to fucking order drinks at Sam's Club. I'm such an idiot. Oh. Oop. Let you listen to some tunes while I put stuff away. All will be well. I will get everything situated. I ordered my kids new lunch boxes too. And for whatever reason, I've wanted these one lunch boxes forever ago. And I changed it because my kids' lunch boxes got warped by the dishwasher because they say they're dishwasher safe. I just think that they're not that dishwasher safe. So it ruined the lunch boxes. So I bought them these really cute ones that I saw a long time ago on Amazon, but it come to find out that the ones from Amazon are like this big in comparison. So like I was like, my kids are gonna starve. Like they love eating food. So I had to return them and ask for new ones. So I did that and I got the new ones in. I'm gonna pack their lunches tonight. All will be well again in the world. But I was like, damn, why are these compartments so tiny? My kids eat a lot of food. I'm gonna go put away my drinks and stuff that I bought. I'm gonna play some tunes while I'm gone so that this way you guys aren't bored. You're not bored. I will mute the game audio this time though so that you don't have to hear those shenanigans while I'm gone. But don't go nowhere, guys. Go grab yourself some snacks, some goodies. I will be right back. Oh my god. Heal me. Ah, fuck, he's gonna go after me. No shot.
He has a lot of pressure now. I feel like we did all those gens and then now we stopped doing gens.
Ooh.
Kind of cut this.
Big spin.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, window fake. Let's go.
We love it.
Oh, hold that.
Yeah. Oh my god. She's cracked. She's cracked, boys. This is what I'm
I could probably do an Adele song. Let me think. Close enough to start a war. All that I had is on the floor. God only knows what we're fighting for. You only say more. I don't remember the words. Oh, Lord. I can't keep up with your turn. Woo! I'm sweating from that. That scared the living fuck out of me. You son of a bitch! Fucking get fucked, man. Wait, what am I aiming at? Hello? Oh my god. This is some bullshit. Oh. Hold on. My god. I'm gonna fuck guys. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna check this house next door. God. The fucking ceiling broke. Oh my god, I gotta clip that. That shit was hilarious. Oh my god, this dude was thinking that, oh, I'm gonna throw everybody off. Blah, blah, blah. Suck on that, you fucking banana. Wait. Oh, there is no chain door back here. Used. I'm going to literally pierce my own lip with my fucking teeth. I thought she was gonna teleport. I'm gonna shit myself. I was gonna go over and smack her ass as a smart ass with his. No, no.
Okay, I hate you, you asshole.
You're a whole ass bitch. Oh my god, Jesus. Like, what is that noise? And then I just get fucking clobbered by a leech looking worm thing.
I hear it. Oh yeah, they're still over here.
Oh yeah, you hear that?
Yep.
I am back. Oh my god. I made some snacks as well, so. Forgive me. But I am back. Guys, if you're just joining us in on TikTok, I am live on Twitch right now. That's where I stream primarily. But you are more than welcome to join us on the Purple app at any time. If you hit that follow button, you do get 5 free emotes just for following. And of course, there's always the options to sub. I don't have subs turned on TikTok because of various reasons. So, which I won't get into here. But come swing on over to the Purple app. That's where I mostly stream, more consistently anyway. We're currently playing some Resident Evil 0 for Way Back Wednesday. Resident Evil 0, I believe, came out close to 15 years ago. So, it's old now. It's considered old. And there is a poll going just to say a fun way to keep an eye on how many people are watching from different generations. There's some generations, like myself, didn't have games on Wi-Fi. Mm-mm. All right, let's see if I can fandangle my way back around here. As long as I can keep, if I can keep Carlos, what the fuck is his name? Not Carlos. What is this guy's name? Billy. Wasn't even close, bro. If I can keep Billy semi-healthy, I should be able to get through this next part. keyword should be able to. I'm just leaving Rebecca since she's so injured. I'm leaving her in the main area. I don't know what else to do with her. We're a mess here. I have no save ribbons. Things are going great. As long as I can keep him relatively healthy. Put my foot in my own mouth. Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh, she doesn't have any room either. All right, it's fine. We'll go here and we'll bring her up here. Now that I killed everything, because she's like dead, and if she dies, then I have to restart again. Why are you in here? Go. Go. My older dog is like trying to sneak in. Go. Go lay down. Mm. Thank you all for joining me tonight on Way Back Wednesday, where we play nothing but retro games to make you feel old. We are currently playing through Resident Evil 0, the remake, because I didn't own the original and I couldn't find the original, and I didn't really want to play the original with original graphics. So we are playing the remake, the HD remaster. Change this. Oops. If you're new to my channel, I do stream primarily on Twitch. You'll have a better viewing experience if you do come over to the Purple app side of things, just because TikTok kind of limits you as what you can see. I stream everything under the sun, from Resident Evil to Fall Guys to Dead by Daylight. I'm kind of all over the place, which is why I consider myself a variety streamer. I have different themes throughout the night or throughout the week. So today is Way Back Wednesday. I also stream Campfire Chronicles, which is my podcast where I play like story-based games. So think like Walking Dead Telltale series. That's what we're playing through right now. I have Fear Friday coming up this Friday at 7 p.m. Central, where I play nothing but horror games. We're currently working through Phobia St. Dymphana's Hotel, which is a fantastic game that came out right at the tail end of December. And then Saturdays is free 99 day, where I play nothing but free games, and I also test out games given to me by developers, so that this way you don't have to struggle through that part, and you can decide whether you want to either purchase the games from the developers that gift them to me or download a free game. And then Monday is Maneater Monday, where I play nothing but female protagonist games. We're currently playing through Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which was voted on by you guys and everybody that's in my community. And Tuesday is Typical Tuesday for every Tuesday except for the last Tuesday of the month. Typical Tuesdays, where I play games that I play more frequently. So those would be either Overwatch 2, Dead by Daylight, or Hunt Showdown. And then the last Tuesdays of the month is karaoke night. where I sing song or I take song requests. I don't know a lot of music off the top of my head, and I forgot words to songs that I thought I knew. But I do have a karaoke night once a month, so long as my voice will allow it. So that's a little bit about me. I hope you guys enjoy the stream tonight. If you're new over on the TikTok side of things, if you're new on the Twitch side of things, by all means, you can check out the link in my bio for more social medias if you feel so inclined to follow me. And if you do choose to follow me on Twitch, you get 5 free emotes just for doing that. But let's try not to die. You're not following me, are you? Yeah, I can't have her follow me. Oh shit, did I not equip something? I'm about to be dead by camera angle again. That shit fucks me up. All right. God, oh my god. You see why I die by camera angle? This is so annoying. Shouldn't be called Resident Evil. It should be called Resident Die by the camera angle switching at the last possible minute, making it the worst possible angle that you could be looking at. That's what it should be called. I literally just have to hope that I can figure it out before the monsters get me at this point. Now I have to go back to the classroom, which is here, and insert that disc up top. Hmm. Okay, so 0 and then A is the second row, first desk. I think it's this one. Rebecca, move! No?
Am I just too slow? I think that's what it is. Here we go. Please. Give me some save ribbons, I beg. Okay. I just need save ribbons. That is literally all I'm asking for at this point. Like, ammo is cool. I will gladly accept ammo, but can I have some save ribbons, please? Oh. I don't know why I made that noise, sorry. The chessboard. The game appears to have ended in a checkmate. I don't know why that was like something I need to... Oh! I gotta move these, huh? Yeah. Can't move sideways. How was there... How was there gas? All right. That room. Danger. Don't like that. What? Nope. Nope. All right, let's go save. I'll feel so much better once I actually save everything I just did. Then I can die all I want. Terrifying. All right, I feel so much better now because I saved. I need to stop being so overzealous with the saves. I just can't help it. I panic and I'm like, should I save here? I don't know. I have nothing but fine. Fine, I'll be fine. It was so quiet in that room. I didn't even know that there was actual fucking zombies in there. Right, that took 87 years to do. There's blue, which I know cures poison. All right, we're poisoned right now. Yeah. Right. We are searching the facilities and it looks like a lot of the chemicals survived. Fortunately, the storage tanks are still all full. We have just started and there's still a lot we don't know, but it appears that the chemicals can be mixed to produce new substances. Chemicals are scattered all about, but not because of the accident, more a result of planned mismanagement. When we reopen the facilities, we will have to develop a system for dealing with these chemicals. Something is scrawled in the back of the note. Red and blue equals sulfuric acid. Green and red equals stripping agent. All right. I'll take it. Like some kind of candle, you'll need a container to carry it. I don't have a container. Did we do everything in here? Oh. Or not. You know what, I'm gonna stop fucking with that one. I'm gonna stop fucking with it. Doesn't need to be fucked with. I don't know. I don't know why I keep touching it. I'm like a curious cat. I have to touch things that I shouldn't touch. I just feel like I shouldn't bring her because she's like dead. Oh. All right, interesting. I gotta find like a battery thing for it. Okay. A battery source for it. Oh. Fair enough. Whenever I find whatever battery I gotta put in that thing, then I can turn on the power to the door, I think. Um, I don't remember where the other door was. We'll have to explore. And I just had such a rough day, energy wise. Like, I don't know, do yoga or something. I might start doing that. That might be fun. There's like this game that you can play on the Switch that somebody said like don't buy it unless you're really like going to invest time in it. I will dedicate time to it. It looks a lot of fun. It's a lot of activity based like gaming and it looks fun. There's a girl on TikTok that's documenting her weight loss journey with it. What are these bitches? Guys, if you're just joining us in on TikTok right now, we are streaming live on Twitch. Oh my god, please. Oh, I went the wrong way. No, no, no. Oh, Nelly. I don't want to fight those guys right now. If you follow over on the Twitch side of things, you do get 5 free emotes. You get access to a ton of my friends' streams, which I know so many people on Twitch because I've been streaming for almost 2 years now. Super fun environment. I try to keep it light because my life is pretty hectic, so I try to make my stream like my time to get away from the real world, if you will. And it's all happening while my kids are sleeping. So, I'll take it, you know? Is this the room that the shark was in? Please be heals. Have anything to put in there. So far, no heals. Not a good sign. Wait, no, that's the one I came in from. Son of a bitch, man. All right. Now I gotta dodge these motherfuckers again. Motherfucker. Well, I didn't die. So, there's that. But none of that helped me with any of the stuff out here. So, what to do? Why does it keep like wanting me to look at this thing? Like the camera changes to it almost every time. I don't know if there's one down here. I don't think there is. That guy is going to wake up. And when he does, I better not be in the fucking room with him. Hmm. All right, I gotta look up and see what I'm supposed to do next. Let's see. Training facility. When the Knight's swords are raised, you'll gain access to a few doors in the training facility right there in the class. And the next one of interest, go through the ornate doors to enter a hall of 2 zombies. Stay back and let them come to you. Just move down the hall until you reach the first set of doors and take a room into right into a room with a giant chessboard. A word of caution: don't touch any of the chess pieces until you're sure what to do. Moving the wrong piece will trigger the introduction of poison gas into the room, and that's bad. All right, here's what to do. Take a look at the big board, see how the White King is in check. Move it 3 spaces. Move it south 3 spaces. South 3 spaces, east 1 space, and finally north 2 spaces. Once this puzzle is complete, you'll see a short animation. The desk has slid open to reveal a book labeled Evil. Retrieve the book from the desk, examine it, turn it towards... Okay, so then that's how you get the other part of the statue. Makes sense, makes sense. All right, so I'm gonna have to do... Bud, help me. All right, I'm in the wrong room. Go back to the place that we are supposed to be in. There. All right, so 3 spaces south, 1 east. So do I just have to win the game essentially? Your guess is as good as mine, friends. And what did it say? Come on. North 2 spaces. Okay. We got it, boys. Got this. Like, how am I supposed to know that that's what I'm supposed to do? Okay, why was it in check, though? I still don't understand how... Okay, whatever.
We finally did it. The new virus. We call it the progenitor. I want to carry it back and start detailed investigations immediately. Spencer says he's going to start a company. Well, I don't care as long as I can continue my research into progenitor. He can do what he likes. Spencer keeps asking me to be the director of his new training facility. Maybe it's because of the business, but he's becoming intolerably pushy. But maybe I could turn this into my advantage. I need a special facility to properly explore all this virus secrets, a place where no one will get in the way. Damn that Spencer. He came to complain to me again today. He thinks of progenitor as nothing more than a money-spinning tool. Ooh. But if his influence continues to grow, it can only be bad for my research. If I'm to properly develop progenitor, I must strengthen it my own position too. At last, I've discovered a way to build a new virus type with progenitor as a base. Mixing it with leech DNA was the breakthrough I needed. I call this new virus T for Tyrant. It's no good. I can't hope for real progress experimenting on mere rodents. Only humans can be a proper mammalian, I don't know how to pronounce that. Subject for the experiments. Otherwise, I'll never make any real progress. Someone seems to suspect something about my experience. Perhaps it's just my imagination. Well, if anyone does get too close, they may find themselves unexpectedly assisting in my research. At last, they are ready, my wonderful leeches. Those of low intelligence, they will never have the privilege of tasting the sense of joy and satisfaction. Now, finally, I can move against Spencer. Soon I will control everything. The devices I set to protect my work have been disturbed. It appears someone came looking for T and the leeches. Fool, no doubt the work of Spencer's group. This guy's paranoid as fuck. Today, I again found evidence of tampering around the entrance of the labs. If that is what they're after, I must find a suitable way to deal with them. Perhaps I should have William and Albert smoke out the pests. Those two are the only ones I trust, apart from my beloved leeches, of course. But Spencer, it wouldn't end there, would it? I will announce T at the next director's meeting and collect my just rewards. Marcus seems stable. Mm-hmm. Very stable, yes. Is this my knife? That's fine. All right, so now I can go back to the statue in the main area and I'll be able to attach the evil. The evil. And then once I attach the evil wing to the evil statue, I will save. I thought you eventually recover from poison, or was that just like older or newer Resident Evils? Great question. The world may never know. Well, that explains why it kept telling me to look at the statue. Let me pick up this and then we'll go save. I ain't dying here today. Bruh. Not your bruh. My pants are so tight. Not in real life, in the game, of course. I don't know if I have the time or the patience to deal with that. What do I have equipped? I only have, okay. Right.
All right, let's try and shoot this dude. I am dead. I'm glad I saved. Oh, I'm glad I saved. Maybe I should just run? Will Rebecca get caught in that, though? I don't know. I'm tempted to ask her back for my grenade launcher. It's a fire one. Fire grenades, right? Let's do this. All right. Rebecca's gonna be naked for a bit. All right. Let's try this. Apparently I'm one shot from the spider, which kind of sucks, but a grenade launcher doesn't kill the spider? What the fuck? I wonder if I could just run by it. I'm gonna try and run by it and see if that is wise. I'm gonna drag Rebecca along with me. Dude, the lack of heals, I'm telling you, it's fucking me over here. All right, let's try and fuck this guy up. Oh, hi, Mac. Welcome in. You're not late. You're just on time. How you doing this evening? Apparently, I could just run through them. There's probably like 8,000 zombies in this room. Oh. Correctional Institute inmates list. Oh. Oh, these are the test subjects. Yikes. I feel you there. I had a rough day, Mac. I'm like super tired. I didn't start my day out with coffee and it kind of messed me up. Unfortunately for me. But I mean, the good news is, oh wait, shit, that's right. Hold on. Let me do this. Find this with that. Nope. That's the wrong thing to do. Hold on. But I took a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day, so I feel okay, but I think I've just been staying up too late. And then I didn't get coffee. I usually drink coffee almost every morning because my kids are up at the crack of dawn. So I usually drink coffee almost every morning. Do I still have them? Oh. And then took a 2-hour nap. Woke up. Had to go get my kids. But hopefully your day will get a little bit better now that you're here. Caution. Great. Now my question is, do I save here or no? I'm probably going to save here just to be on the... Oh, there's more save things. Then I'm definitely going to save here. I'm planning on posting more on YouTube because I know I have a YouTube account and I just don't really post on there. But somebody gave me a really good idea of just posting my VODs, so I'll be downloading all my VODs and just posting them to YouTube. This way my YouTube actually gets some use. I was going to be doing like a singing series on there, but I need my new mic first. So if you're interested at all in helping me get my new mic, that's where I need to go apparently. Is there anything else in here? No. Aw, I'm glad that I could do that for you, Mac. Game's going good. I've struggled a little bit in the beginning because, like, what happens with me is I forget where I'm at in a game when I come back to it. So I forgot. Oh, no. I knew you weren't being mean, Mac. No worries. I was just joking myself. So, like, what happens with me, because I stream every other night. I used to stream every night, but then the grind got so tiring and I didn't want to burn myself out. So I stopped streaming every night and now I stream every other night, so I forget where I'm at in certain games, which kind of sucks. Oh, so this was yes. Up. I want to hit it. Okay. Down. Up. It was. It really was. I get jump scared by like the dumbest things, Mac. So like I'll be playing a game that's not even supposed to be scary and I get jump scared by like, I don't know, the wind whooshing in front of my face. Like it's I don't know why I'm like this. Whoa. Not that. I just got to play around with this until I get the voltage right. Let's go up. 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 Down. I think that shorted it out. Aw, thank you, Mac. I've been trying to post more content like on YouTube and just spreading my content out different ways. Just to, you know, because like I want people to be, at least with my content, I want them to be able to take a break from whatever is going through their day. Like that's like the whole, like that was like my whole idea behind this stream, was to do that. And when I hear it's actually doing what it's supposed to be doing, it's great. It kind of sucks because, you know, I deal with a lot of trolls on TikTok, and it's frustrating as a woman because a lot of it is very misogynistic comments about things that that particular person wouldn't understand. So I deal a lot with that, which I make jokes about on my TikTok because like it's just funny to me, you know, like that people who are not in even remotely near my situation, you know, my marriage, my family, my streaming career, like nothing, feel the need to comment on them like they know what I don't know, but it's all condescending. It's never helpful commentary. So like I just make jokes about it because it's just funny being a woman on the internet, you know? Oh, fuck, it's so close. Okay. You're doing a really good job. Thank you, Mac. I've been trying. Maybe I should do that one up. Cancel. Let me try this again. I'm gonna do the first one up and then down, down. But yeah, I just deal with a lot of trolls. Which I don't really care. Because like the more that the trolls come into my comments, that it's just gonna help my overall content. So, and they can't put 2 and 2 together, which is really funny to me, is that they can't put 2 and 2 together to be like, oh, I'm helping her. You know what I mean? It's just funny to me. That should be it. Fuck, I did it again. So maybe the second one needs to be up as well. Up. We'll do up again. Maybe I'll do down, up. No, that's not it. These puzzles in Resident Evil were like so good. I love stuff like this. This should be it. Hell yeah. Aw. I just like, I don't know why, but like I just picked the first part of somebody's name that sticks out to me, and then I'll change it if you ever would prefer me call you something else, just let me know, because I'll make a mental note. I can't remember my own children's names half the time, but I will definitely make a mental note to remember my viewers' names. I call my children's names, like I call them the dog's name, I call them their brother's name, like I'm all over the place. But for whatever reason, I like can remember what people want me to call you. You found it cute? I don't know why I do it that way. Like I always just pick a part of the name that sticks out to me. Oh, no, not the monkeys. Oh, shit. Am I... Girl. Do I have to fight... Oh. Well. I guess I don't have to fight the monkey. You're adorable and cute. Also, thank you. I appreciate that. I like Wesker's voice better in the later Resident Evils than this one. Oh, yeah, compliment, nothing serious, then. I hate him in DVD. I think the majority of people hate him in DVD, Mac. I'm not even kidding. Bro, that man doesn't look like he got sleep or anything in like 10 years. Stranger danger. He's way too OP. I think that I think oh, son of a bitch. I think that they need to they just need to rework him, because he's for me, like it was fun playing against him for a while. What? Oh my god. Oh wait, that's right. Are you kidding me? Bro, this
monkey. I should have just ran out of the room. But I'm probably gonna end playing Resident Evil here because this game frustrated the shit out of me tonight. It frustrates the shit out of me every night. I don't know why I'm saying like it was only tonight that it frustrated me. Every time I play this game, it makes me want to scream. This is Resident Evil 0, Mac. So it's the one that, okay, chronologically, this happened after Resident Evil, which I know is like weird because like Resident Evil and then Resident Evil 0, you would think it would go the other way around. But chronologically, this happened after Resident Evil, and Rebecca Chambers, who's in DBD as well, she is like goes to a train wreck, and then there's the virus has outbroke on the train, and then she ends up in the mansion somehow because the train crashes, and then she ends up in this like basement entrance to the mansion that you were in Resident Evil. That fucking vacuum cleaner scared the shit out of me. I thought there was somebody standing behind me. But yeah, this game just frustrates me, man. Like I try really hard not to get upset with how this game works, but will you fucking quit the game? Oh my god, I hit quit like 12 times. Quit. Damn. But yeah, I've been trying to not get so frustrated, which is why like I took like a break earlier because I was like, man, I am so pissed because I could not get by with the camera angle switches. That's the hardest thing with the older ones is that the camera angles switch and they kill you. It kills you when the camera angles switch. I don't know why. I just don't get it. But I do plan on finishing this game despite how much I want to stop playing it. It's like taking all my willpower to every stream, which is why I take breaks when I do, because I don't want to burn myself out of this game and then be like, I hate this game. I hate Resident Evil. I hate everything about Resident Evil because the RE4 remake is coming out and I really do want to play that. I'm planning on playing through Claire's playthrough of RE2 at some point, probably for Fear Friday, because it just doesn't seem to fit in on the Way Back Wednesday stream. So I'll probably do that for Fear Friday. I've been trying to like branch out from, because I feel like I play nothing but horror games, and I want other people who don't like horror games to be able to come by my stream. Because I understand like horror is not for everybody. Scary games are not for everybody. So I'm trying to find other games that I can play that aren't scary. That aren't scary. And it's very hard because like I'm so used to playing horror games that it's like, what else is there, you know? And what it all comes down to. I don't like that my phone won't stay like propped up how I want it. Thank you, Mac. Thank you. That means a lot. I sometimes like streaming can be kind of like, I guess I should change to just chatting. Let me do this. We're not playing Resident Evil 0 anymore. But I get like I get burnt out sometimes with content creation, which is why I switched my schedule. This was way back when to every other day. So that's why I play so many different games, because I couldn't imagine myself being like a DBD streamer or being a Hunt Showdown streamer, because like I just would get bored. And I don't want to bore people by playing the same thing every night. Not knocking anybody who does it, by the way. I'm not trying to talk shit about anybody who chooses to team up with like a certain game. It's just not for me personally, which makes content creation kind of rough at times, and streaming kind of rough at times, because I know that a lot of people don't want to stick around because maybe they don't like horror games, but then they like what I'm playing on Tuesdays, and like they come different days of the week, which is what the whole point of my stream was. Like I want to just do whatever theme night it is. I just want to play whatever that is. It keeps things fresh. Of course, I'll try and sleep. I'm probably gonna play a little bit of the Forest or Sons of the Forest before I go to bed. Hopefully I don't shoot myself in the foot like I did last night. Not like shoot myself in the foot in the game, but like stay up too late and, you know, have to wake up early. But I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be trying a new layout structure to my stream where I do like just chatting at the end. It's not going to be super long because like I stream for like 3 hours, and I don't think I could talk for 30 minutes about nothing. But it's just to kind of chill with you guys and hang out and hopefully connect with people on a personal level. You know what I mean? But this week I will be streaming. Give you a sign. If you really bug me, then I'll say goodbye. I'll be streaming on Friday at 7 p.m. Central. We're going to be working through Phobia, St. Dymphana's Hotel again. So all about horror on Friday. So if you're not into scary games, I totally get it. But if you are, that is the time to be here because I play nothing but scary, spooky, jump scare, clip-worthy games on Fridays. And then next week I'll be streaming Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday is going to be... I might do a vote and see what you guys want to see on Tuesday. Because I'm down to play anything. There's the 5th or 6th anniversary of Hunt Showdown is happening right now, so I might play Hunt. I'll have to see if my friend Dev is on. If not, I'll be playing with randoms or be playing quick play, which I'm really bad at, so you guys can see how bad I am pushing things and hearing things and learning how and learning how to play solo. But if I can get Dev on with Irish or maybe even Yogi, then we could play a few games and have some fun. And then if all goes to hell, I could switch to like DBD or Overwatch, but I'll probably leave it up to a vote for you guys. It's been a while since I streamed Hunt. I've been very inconsistent with DBD just because the games haven't been too much fun, but the new Killer comes out, so maybe I'll be streaming that on Tuesday. And then Thursday is going to be more Walking Dead, and Saturday I have 2 games that were gifted to me via Keymailer that I'm probably going to test out on Saturday. I was thinking about maybe doing it this Saturday, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's all up in the air. Everything's up in the air. I have no plans. I have nothing. But I'm going to head out for the night, guys. Check out my YouTube. I am going to be posting this VOD up there for you all to view if you missed it. But until next time, my friends, this is the end of the stream. I really do appreciate each and every one of you who come through on my streams. It means a lot because, you know, I don't have adult friends to talk to during the day. It's just me and my kids. And it's nice to have conversations with adults. But I appreciate all of you. I will see you guys Friday for some more Phobia St. Dymphana's Hotel. If you're not following me on my socials, by the way, that's the best way to stay up to date. I post, I can't even spell socials. I post pretty regularly on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm working on YouTube. I promise I will be better. I will be better at YouTube. But until then, take care, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic evening, and I will see you guys later.